For the sports lovers out there who like to get their gamble on, whether it be on the NBA games, NFL, Major League Soccer, even National Hockey League, Major League Baseball, even college sports, go to betus.com to make that bet. If you use the promo code TKT for the Klown Times, you get up to 125% of the sign-up bonus, which is up to $2,500. Another perk you can see, you can bet on the go, which means you can bet anytime, anywhere on your mobile device. You get fast payouts, so you can get your payouts immediately every single time. Do not have to wait. And you can do live betting when you can bet during the game, whether it's early or the best lines, you can do it all. So anyway, please sign up for betus.com. Use the promo code TKT for the Klown Times. You'll be able to do so, right? Check out betus.com, where the game begins. We're on the room. That's Kevin Durant. A lot of crazy things have happened since we last wrapped up with each other. And here I was thinking that conference realignment would dominate the news, but hey, that Kevin Durant fellow is still, it's like, where would he go? Won't he go? Stuff like that is still dominating. I'll say this, man. You have to wonder what Kevin Durant could fetch. And I say that, ask that question because if you look at what Rudy Gobert, what he fetched, what the Jazz was able to get for him, he essentially got what? Malik Beasley, Patrick Beverley, Jared Vanderbilt, Leandro Bolmaro, 22nd round pick, Walker Kessler, and that's someone's dog who wants to be in the picture. 4 first-round picks to the Utah Jazz. So just for one dude, Minnesota had to give all that up. So can you just imagine what Brooklyn should be able to get for one Kevin Durant? So I'll ask you this, Kevin. I'll start with you, bro. Not to say what can he get. So obviously we agree he should get a lot, but given that teams on this wish list, the Phoenix Suns, Miami Heat, I saw somewhere that Toronto Raptors may offer a package or whatever. Maybe Golden State's the dark horse because they have the picks. They have some players to get them back if they wanted to, even though they won it without him. What team out there could fetch even something remotely close? Because it should be more than that. Because, I mean, Kevin Durant's here, Rudy Gobert, no disrespect to him, is down here somewhere. Let's just be honest. So what team could get any closer to what Utah got for Rudy Gobert for Kevin Durant?
Well, I don't think any team has got a package straight up where it's just going to be two teams at the negotiating table.
Right.
It's hard to weed through the mess and jungle that is social media in terms of rumors. But I've seen rumors of 5-team deals that fell apart and other things. And again, like I said, you don't know what's true and what not. That's why you try to look for verified accounts and just what they. That's right. But honestly, Golden State, if they, I don't think that it would be wise to offer Wiggins, Poole, Weissman, and a ton of picks and cash strap yourself more so than what they are by adding Durant, who is aging, and you just proved that you could do it without him. Right. I could understand a sense of urgency from that front office, though, with, I'm sure we'll get into it later with the Kyrie and LA maybe looming to, kind of keep yourself in the arms race. But whatever team, if and when this gets done, and I think Brooklyn very much wants the narrative to be if this gets done at all, right. It's going to take more than just one team. Vegas continues to like the Suns odds. They've tried to center some things around McCall Bridges, and of course, Brooklyn justly wants, Devin Booker, and Durant has no interest in playing for a Suns team that doesn't contain Booker. So if it's going to be Phoenix, they're going to have to get creative. I don't know what team. I don't know, maybe if that's Utah. I know that there were some whispers that Brooklyn liked the idea of rebooting around Donovan Mitchell. But that would take Utah, having to want to do that as well, being willing participant in that. And then it would take, not only would the Nets have to be getting a lot in that deal, Utah would as well. So, I don't know if at that point, are you having to involve more teams? Does it become more complicated? But I think, like I said, Brooklyn is definitely using guys like Sham and Woj out there right now, those verified accounts that everybody looks to. I think they're definitely using them, not as pawns, but they're definitely using them to funnel their message to the league and to the sports world, NBA fans, and the public. That is that, we are not moving Durant unless we get something that we want, and that asking price continues to be 2 stars and a multitude of picks. You talked about that, Godfather offer that the Jazz got for Gobert, and that wasn't 2-star players. It was a lot of picks, which was nice, but the players are all just kind of average guys there. And that's,
Right.
it's,
Guys.
and, if you look at the moves that Brooklyn has made, they traded next year's first-round pick for Royce O'Neal already. They signed T.J. Warren today. They've taken a flyer on some guys like Edmund Sumner. They brought him in today. These don't seem to be moves that signify a team that is wanting to go into full rebuild. And so it seems to be, a hard line. Like, they want to continue to try to compete. And if that, if they have to try to twist Kevin Durant's arm to stay there, I'm sure that's probably option number 1. But option number 2 is they want a lot to let go of him.
Yeah, and plus, keep in mind, I know you guys just, but the people out there, keep in mind that Kevin Durant has 4 more years on the deal he just signed. What was it, 194 mil, something like that, something ridiculous like that. Brooklyn can really do whatever the hell they want, because he's under there. They have the leverage, believe it or not, because he's still under contract. They could just, and I'll get into it more later, they could just say, look, if we're not going to trade you like for like some tomato cans just to satisfy you. We don't want to suck. We gave you all this money. We placated to you and your boy Kyrie, and we'll talk more about Kyrie in a moment. We want compensation. We want satisfaction. We're not getting it. You got to wait around for a while. So, Jared, what say you, bro? What team out there could possibly do this?
Just to kind of piggyback off of what you said, I want to play the devil's advocate.
Sure.
To what you were saying there. Yeah, he's got 4 more years on his contract, but didn't we just go through this last year with Ben Simmons?
We did.
So why is any team that is not on the list of Kevin Durant, why do they have any reason to give up assets for him in any way, shape, or form? Kevin was talking about Utah. There's a bunch of different places, Golden State. It could be worked out in Dallas somehow, I'm sure. He could go to any team. They'll figure out a way to make it happen. But why would any team that is not, again, Phoenix or Miami, even consider giving up anything for him? Who's to say next year he's like, I want out? Or if he even bothers to report. Doesn't matter how long the contract is at this point. If he says he's not going to play, he's not going to play. Do you keep that contract on your books, keep playing it, or maybe you don't have to pay him because he's just like, I'm not going to report? Why bother keeping that contract on your books? So it's going to be Phoenix, Miami, or they figure something out with Brooklyn. Those are the 3 teams, and that's it to me.
Yeah, you make a good point, bro. I don't know how the CBA works, because unlike the NFL, which has a weak ass union, I think the NBA union, I don't know if they have a way around, like, where teams could like suspend the dude without pay. I don't know how that works.
Yeah, there's ways to do that. I mean,
okay,
but it's still a roster spot.
Right.
You know what I mean? Is it worth just him not reporting, and then not only are you down the money because you can't spend the money,
right?
He's just not getting paid. You're also down the players that you sent out to get him.
Right. Exactly. Which is why, gentlemen, I think he stays in Brooklyn. To both of y'all's points, I mean, it's one thing about a superstar, man, NBA. If they say they want to go to a certain place, whether they got years on the contract or not, outside of Kawhi Leonard, they're going to find their way to that place. We've seen it. We seen it with Carmelo Anthony to my Knicks, even though we got our depth to get him. We've seen this, with James Harden twice, right? He went out of Houston to go to Brooklyn. Then when Kyrie started acting the fool, he went out of Brooklyn to go to Philadelphia. He said those things, and he got there, right? So, which happens when players got the power. Hey, I don't begrudge that. If you got the power, use it. that's what I always say. So yeah, to your point, Jared, I agree with you. I don't, if you're other squads, why entertain it? If you're, and I'm being silly here, but if you're the Charlotte Hornets, why would you entertain? You see him showing up in Charlotte when he trades for. I don't care if Michael Jordan times 10 owns the team. If he don't want to be there, he has the power. You don't have to be. He's made enough money. He's not going to show up. So I agree with you there, Jared. But to me, I think in the end, I think the ownership, I think the GM, I think his name is Bobby. Is it Kevin Marks or Bobby Marks? I think Bobby Marks at ESPN. But anyway, I know his last name is Marks. So the GM and the ownership, they're going to talk with Kevin. I think they're going to get the space.